Hello pilots and welcome back for another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the same kind of thing as managing our energy between potential and kinetic. We're going to do some practical examples. The first couple we're going to be doing are offensive maneuvers. Alright, so the first one I want to show you is what happens when you're going to overshoot. So we're coming into an offensive position here. Going back to the overshoot. Do some trade. Some altitude from airspeed. Nose over. And then come back and try to do it again. Try to do that again. We're going to overshoot. Pull up. Trade an airspeed, some altitude. Nose over. Come back down. Now it's kind of a dumb idea to do this towards a bomber because they focus the guns on them. But so this is called a high yo-yo, and it's kind of funny name, I know, but you can see why it's called that. So we're going to overshoot, pull up, get my airspeed for some altitude, back down, and wind up behind the wing. Now the hard part with that high yo-yo is knowing how long to keep your nose up to bleed off speed and exchange your airspeed for altitude. And that all depends on by how much you're going to overshoot them. So if you're going to massively overshoot them, there's a huge speed difference. You're going to want to pull your nose up for quite a while. But keep in mind that the higher you go, the longer it's going to take you to get back down to altitude and come and get back. Okay, now the opposite of the high yo-yo is going to be the low yo-yo. So this is trading off my altitude for some airspeed. So when you've got a target that's off to the left in this case, and we need to catch up to them and close that. If I just do a regular bank turn, I'm going to try and get behind it. Because they're bombers, I don't have too much of a problem, but if you've ever played against fighters, it's not worked well, so I'm kind of far out here. It's taking me a while to get in. Alright, well that wasn't too great. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I didn't like that very much. And that wasn't a low yo-yo, that was just me doing a general bank turn. I spent way too much time having a shot up. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do the same thing, but I'm going to trade off some altitude. Some airspeed in. And also because I'm not turning in the same plane as them, I'm turning a lot faster than they are as well. So you can see now this worked out really well for me. I'm closing them in a lot faster, I turned in a lot sharper, but I really didn't, I really didn't turn any tighter than I did the first time. On that first time, maybe I did a 2-mile turn to get into that, let's say. This time, it's still turning 2 miles, but because I used some of that vertical aspect, maybe it was about a 2.5-mile total turn. It's just, the turn wasn't flat with the ground, it was on an angle. So you can get a look at a longer turn. As I'm spending a lot of time in that long turn, trading off altitude, pick up speed, pick up speed, pick up speed. And then when I come on target, I've got a little bit extra speed. Back, and I peel off. Not so much in this case. I don't mind that. Got shut down. But you get the general idea of low. So something to watch out for in the low yo-yos. If I'm coming way down, yeah, I'll gain up a lot of speed, and I can get back up to altitude to opposite. This is doing it extremely right now. So I've lost a ton of altitude, but I've got a lot of speed. I can get back up to altitude, and I'm coming in the bombers. It's fine. I'll be able to get back. But if anyone is paying attention to these bombers, and they see me go that low, all they have to do is just pitch up just a little bit. They're not going to be losing any speed. They just fly away from me. By the time I get back to the altitude I thought they were going to be at, they can be long gone, gain the altitude and pull them away. And then I've got the hard task of, I've come up from 3,000 feet underneath them to their altitude and still have 2,000 feet more to climb to get up to. It's just not going to happen. All they've had to do is climb 2,000 feet away from me. And they've made my challenge, even if I have a lot of airspeed, I have 5,000 feet to climb. It just won't happen. So they can get away from me pretty easily. So don't go too far down to try and do that low yo-yo. The other thing you want to watch out for is, so let's say I'm coming in probably by low yo-yo here. I'm getting lots and lots of speed, lots and lots of speed. You've seen before, and that's what's just going to be very gentle. If I come down here and get all the speed, and say, okay, now it's time for upturn, and then yank the stick and say, okay, now where are they? Well, you instantly lose a lot of that airspeed that you built up. The rate at which you lose airspeed from these really high G turns is a lot higher than if you're just being gentle. So if you lead off airspeed way too fast and jerk the stick like that, try and get up, back up to altitude, or zero out, not even close to them at all. So I move around that here, partially, but partially because I'm trying to do that and lost on the airspeed. So now, what do we do that for? Now I got the same altitude. I can't slow down the road. And so way too much time back here, especially for these bombers. Okay, so then the last thing we need to talk about with offensive movement is, oh well, I keep doing these high yo-yos or keep doing these low yo-yos, and they don't work because a lot of my high yo-yo and the plane is now doing something else. So what's the point of doing that movement? Well, that's the problem. People aren't going to fly in a straight line like these bombers are. You can keep an eye on them while you're maneuvering. It's pretty hard to do in War Thunder sometimes. So if I'm going to say, if I'm coming on low yo-yo, if he was a fighter, I'd be looking at it to make sure that he didn't notice me. And I'm just holding down the C key here. Just make sure he's still going to be doing what he's doing. So that when you finish with your maneuver, he's where you think he's going to be. Again, as I covered off, I think there's the second episode now, is you need constantly to think of what's the worst possible thing this person can do to ruin the shot. Because she's never going to try and do that. Now, sometimes when we're playing, people who really aren't that aware of what's going on, they'll be flying straight. They'll see you coming, but they're saying, okay, well, I'll just go back and I'll run. Okay, well, the first thing you should be doing is low yo-yo, get up some speed. Target. And now that I've caught up, I can pull up and get flying position. Now if I need to, I can go back down to the low yo-yo. So you're going to constantly be going back and forth. Sometimes you'll be aboard halfway through. Sometimes you'll be doing consecutive low yo-yos, especially in a turning fight. I'll do low yo-yo after low yo-yo after low yo-yo, and depending on what they're doing, just to try and get behind them. And then every once in a while you'll see some case where they've now bled off so much speed, they're trying to turn in on me, and I've ruined them every single time. I do these low yo-yos that now we're down by the ground, they're going really slow. I've got a little bit more speed than they do, so pop up to a high yo-yo, drop off some airspeed, and then bomb in behind them. Usually get a good shot there. Okay, so enough of the offensive. Now we can do some defensive. You'll find yourself on the defensive end of things quite a few times. So we're going to try to leave bombers alone, try to attract these fighters over here. And that's kind of the first defensive thing I want to show you is this was called an engagement turn. So I don't want to lose a lot of my advantage. Now he was coming in behind me, and what I did was I turned towards him. And that's kind of what the solution that I want is. I don't want to just keep flying in a straight line, letting him get behind me or into his friends. what I want is for either a neutral pass or to ruin this shot. That's why I did it intentionally. You can try to come in on me. That's fine. I just need to keep an eye on him or any of his friends, and try to ruin this shot. So that was the reason why I turned towards him, because I didn't want him to have one shot. Just kind of things. Okay, so something to point out is that engaging turn, it's not the hardest turn I can pull in this airplane, because I'm trying to keep my energy, I'm trying to keep my potential energy, so I'm trying not to lose a lot of altitude. I can lose a little bit, because certainly losing a little bit of altitude to turn more sharply than I normally could in a flat level turn is okay. But I want to keep as much altitude as I can, as much speed as I can. That's why I don't drop down too low, and why I then don't want to hold and stick too hard either, just to leave that off. So, past engaging turns, then obviously the hard turns, and these are high G turns. They're somewhat of an emergency. The goal is to get away from, is to get away from an attacker and to ruin their shot. They're necessary, because every once in a while you'll have someone who has the shot that need to do that to get away. Obviously, if you just make slow bank turns when you're flying around, they're going to come back and get you. Since it's in a right bank like that. On that last one, I could have done a low yo-yo to try and pick up a little bit of speed, but I had timed my turns enough where when I finished that last one to get behind him, I wasn't that far behind him that I could kill him with my guns. If I were a tier 1 plane and maybe it was tier 3 plane, maybe I would have done a low yo-yo to try and get up some speed and spend more time behind him so I can work away on it. Alright, so here we are, they're on my tail. I'm going to do now what's called a nose-high reversal. So usually this works better when they're gaining on me. Maybe they've pulled a split S to try and get in on me, and actually let's try and see if we can force them to get in an overshoot position here. So I'm just going to reverse on them. And all I'm going to do is, when I see that they're coming in way too fast, and they're probably not going to have time to do a high yo-yo, I'm going to nose up, immediately back over, and then nose back down again. What that'll do is, first of all, it'll ruin their shot, because they don't have time to react until they're past you. But if you do it right, it gets a little screwed up because I can't really explain that. But if you do it right, what'll end up happening is you'll nose up, nose over, nose back down, and then there they are. So I've traded my airspeed for altitude very quickly, and then got it right back, and I'm just going in the vertical plane right here. That's it. Now this is what I could try to do, but he's got too much speed where I can't really turn around with him, and he can do things like go vertical on me, and there's nothing I can do if I'm a slower plane. So that's the nose-high reversal. Now, what happens when I just can't get away, where they haven't screwed up, and all the situational awareness in the world isn't going to help me? They've lined up behind me perfectly, they're not going to overshoot, they've got enough airspeed to catch me, they're sufficient distance behind me, like say now, where there's not a lot of maneuver I can do. So there's one thing called the diving spiral you can do. So I want to come in, and this is really hard for them to get a shot at you. So you'll see people doing this, especially in the beginning of arcade maps. They'll be dropping down, their altitude, yeah, get a little busy here. But it's really, really, really hard for me to get a good firing solution on you when you're diving like this. And hopefully, if you have a faster plane, like maybe the E47, you dive fast and they can't get away. But kind of, maybe you'll get down by your play. Maybe you'll ruin their shot enough where they can't compensate to get back behind you. You'll buy yourself some time. Maybe one of your buddies will get behind you and help you out. Or maybe you can get down into the landscape and find places to hide, find an element to get between them to kind of break up their ability to maneuver themselves. They're too busy trying not to hit mountains and all that. They're not going to be doing the best they possibly can to get behind you and shoot real shots. This is also a way, you don't have to go that steep as well just to get down. I mean, you can come in, I'm going to do a steep, basically low yo-yo. Let's see if we can get behind this. Low yo-yo, and then I'll be continuing on a little bit, and then another low yo-yo. Just coming into a hard turn, maybe another yo-yo. Just coming into another hard turn. And these all just start flowing together. And what you're doing is, your airspeed is going up and down and up and down. Directions going around in circles and all sorts of crazy. His ability to get a shot on you is becoming more and more and more difficult as he tries to chase you through there. He doesn't know what you're going to do. He's not you can drop down, pick up a little bit of airspeed, come back up, hard turn, lead off that airspeed. Low yo-yo again, picks him up again. And you don't need to be hiding to this. I'm doing the exact same thing, all under maybe 300 feet. And you would be surprised how hard it is to shoot someone who's doing this, all while not killing the trees yourself, and trying to get lined up behind them, and match their airspeed so you don't overshoot them, and keep an eye out for other people who might be coming and trying to shoot you. It's a good defensive maneuver. It's probably one of the ones that doesn't seem like it would work as well as it does. Okay, so then we're into disengagement techniques. So if my goal is to get away from this person, what I want to do is try and make the direction I'm flying at least a 90-degree angle away from him. So I want to be going in exactly the opposite direction as this person is going, to make it more expensive for them to turn and get a hold of me as far as airspeed is concerned. So right now I'm flying away, so the best thing I could do is just keep flying. But what we do here is come around. Have a look at where he's at. And I need to get away. Say I'm damaged. Drop down, get some extra airspeed, get as much airspeed as possible can. He's probably still maneuvering back there to try and get a flying position where he thought I was going to be. And now my concentration is just on getting away. Maybe I'm going towards replay. Maybe I'm going towards a canyon over here where you can see within the trees here, good hiding spaces as well. A little bit extra airspeed. So even if he does see me, it's going to be really hard to get a shot on him if he's chasing, because he needs to get down where I am. It's hard enough to fly at this altitude and hide in the trees, much less look at someone in front of me and try to shoot them as we're going around inside the trees. Come up and over. I got to yo-yo up and down, try and get a view of him, and it makes me. So it's important to note that with the disengagement, the object isn't always to get away. Sometimes there's nothing you can do in a current situation to either defend yourself otherwise or get a shot on them. So the best thing you can do is get away, get a little distance between you, get some separation, and then come back for maybe just a neutral pass where you're both on the same footing again, which actually isn't bad because they're going from having the advantage to coming back in a position where they're neutral, and that gives people a lot of false confidence. Or possibly in a position where you can get an advantage on them because they think you're going back to the airfield or going after a friend of theirs, or they find someone else trying to shoot. You just come back and get them because they're not paying attention to you anymore. More often than not, especially in arcade, you'll see that happen. People just give up, and the next thing you know, the person that you were just chasing that outmaneuvered you a little bit. It'll take you an extra 20 seconds to maneuver and get back in a fighting position around them again. But who cares? There's another plane that just flew away. I'll get behind them. Before you know it, someone's behind you, and it's that same guy. And it's the guy that you were chasing just a moment before who now has an advantage. Okay, so we've been talking about a lot of maneuvering, and not so much about the most frequent ones, so look forward on attack here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a shot, and then brake. Before my bullets even hit that guy, I'm braking. Now I didn't get hit. But we were able to take out at least one of them in that shot. Every once in a while I get lucky with a bullet through the cockpit. But with what we're trying to do here is get some shots into the target and brake. Like I've said before, nobody wins in these engagements. The object is not to lose. So I can try to put a couple bolts into it, but you want to brake long before you're getting hit by their fire. This is one of the main purposes of my frustration with arcade is listening to people complain about ramming. You rammed me. Well, ramming someone from behind, sometimes that's unavoidable. You're turning as sharp as you can, or you don't have the airspeed to maneuver, or you're just going too fast and you don't have the time to react when the plane appears in front of you, and you hit them from behind. That just happens sometimes, or you get damaged and you can't control yourself. That's fine. But the majority of quote-unquote rams, especially in arcade, are when people are going head-to-head. And that's because they wait way too long to brake, and they've got this mindset that they see this part of the screen, the part containing the other plane, and what they're going to do is sit there and hold on the trigger until that person is dead. Well, even if you're successful in that, what's going to happen is their broken plane, their broken plane is going to hit you after they're dead. Or what's going to happen to you is they'll shoot you up just as bad as you shoot them up. So there's really no winners in those head-on passes. So what should you do on the head-on passes? Every time you start a new arcade match, there's a massive head-on pass between two waves of players. Well, what I'm going to do is one take-off shot there. And you see I started shooting a little bit before the target indicator shows up, because I kind of know where the bullets are going to go. I mean, that's just something to get used to. But we killed him before he killed us, because I didn't wait until I saw the bullets hitting him to turn. Fired the bullets. I assumed that they were going to hit me because I'm kind of playing jump catch your beds with a little bit, and then I broke. And his bullets came right down the side of the aircraft. So it was just in time where we turned on the way. That's exactly what we're trying to do. So if head-on passes aren't great, what do you do? Well, let's break his shot. And now I'm going to watch it. Okay, let's see what he's doing. There we go. Back up. Okay, come up high, because I'm going to overshoot him, so go high, you go. Come back down and chase him. Let's go see this guy more. He's wingman now, that's what it's going to do for us sometimes. So. Alright, so he's going to pull around on me and try to do a reversal. wait. And I'm going to turn. I have to turn sharp as I want as speed as I turn. Because I waited. Well, like there's not a lot to get away at this point, but I can't chase it. Especially in an aircraft that can turn pretty sharply. So when you're doing these head-on passes, ready to shot again. And let's say he's watching me, like I can, or like he's start turning. But if I know I have a tighter turning aircraft, after he's done watching him, has it in his head what he thinks I'm going to do, come back and reverse again. What you'll find is there'll be all kinds of speed ups. When you get done turning in on each other, because he'll have assumed I was coming in doing a left-hand turn all the way right. He's in the middle of the road, there you go, pull up it there, but he's trying to look around and try and find me. And there's 2, 3, 4 seconds of which weapon either on or come up with alone. That's called a reversal. So, not necessarily going to come into play a lot. But you see your assumption to pull up to avoid the shot. Oh no, we can't pull up. Oh, it's too low just there. So we're just playing defense right now. So, then we can talk about extensions. So let's say he was a lot faster than me. I come here, and he can get around on me pretty easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to take it easy, extend out, wait. About 10 minutes around, or maybe I can come back in and start moving. But if I know he's got a better plan, I don't want to do is sit there and have us both try to do the same thing to each other. So when he's got alright, let's talk about scissors here. So what I just did there was we ended up in a horizontal scissor surface and I can see he's going faster than me, so what I do is he's going slower than me right now. And we're scissoring, let's say, back and forth. He's going to go left. I'm just going to drop up at that high yield again. I'll let you try. Alright, well that's pretty much it for this time. That's a lot to learn. You're welcome to watch that a couple times to try and get an idea of what we've been talking about, but really it just takes time. And it's interesting because you say, okay, when I watch television, the way television works is it flashes a new picture on the screen, 30 to, let's say, 30 to 35 times per second. That gives the illusion that it's a moving picture opening up. Your computer monitor is at 60 or 75 times a second, so that's a lot more imagery and gives a little bit more smooth picture, let's say. But it's hard to pick out, so if you were to say, okay, I'm going to replace one of those 60 frames with a picture of this group of ground units. Okay, so we're going to go here, and I'm just going to flash that AAA label for one frame out of those 30. Chances are you probably catch it, because humans can pick up that information that quickly. It's pretty cool. Fighter pilots train to be able to pick up information very, very quickly. So if they need to just glance over their shoulder, okay, that was 3 AAA units on the ground. They're going to try and information facing east. To facing east, so let's go see on the right. And you can back up the YouTube video and try and see if you can spin as well. See, so I'm going to come in from the west, or coming from the east, so they should be pointing at me. And yeah, they're pretty much in a triangle shape on the east. That wasn't too bad. So maybe I took 1 frame, maybe 2 frames out of 30. Fighter pilots trained to be able to identify targets in what's equivalent to 1 frame out of about 250, 270 frames. So they can just bang, and I know exactly where those targets are. I know that I need to maintain a turn right here, and then turn in, and I'll be lined up on 2 of them. See, I messed it up. And I'll be lined up on these 2, so I just take them down. So it takes some practice to get used to, especially with other aircraft. Trying to figure out what direction they're coming at me, obviously, because they're my teammates. But to take a quick look at other aircraft, tell what they're doing, watch it for maybe a quarter of a second, tell, okay, he's in level flight, trying to come get me. He's not doing anything, he's flying away from me, so I'm safe to do whatever I need to do. And that will just take experience. But try to get used to it, because the faster you can determine what they're actually doing, the faster you can maneuver to get done. But then we'll brake. High yo-yo. Back down. Did I get away from it? Yep. So, I was just using my wingman. I see someone who's attacking me. So, try to get used to it. Try to make your decision quick, but spend enough time to tell what you're looking at, because the worst thing you can do is guess wrong and you're maneuvering yourself into the side of the mountain because you're not paying attention, because you're looking too long at someone else, or someone's turning in on you, and you make it very, very easy for them by leveling out and diving or something, where they'll have plenty of time to kill you. So that's it for this episode. If you like this series, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe. Go ahead and leave me a comment if I can explain anything in more detail. I'm certainly not a professional YouTuber, but I'm happy to revisit different topics that people want more information on. So I will see you next time. Thanks. I'll turn to get into that part of the set. This time, it's still turning 2 miles, but because I used some of that vertical aspect, maybe it was about a 2.5 mile total turn. It's just the turn wasn't flat with the ground, it was on an angle. So you can get a little bit longer turn. As I'm spending a lot of time in that long turn, trading off altitude, pick up speed, pick up speed, pick up speed. And then when I come on target, I've got a little bit extra speed. Back and peel off. Not so much in this case. I don't mind that. Got shut down. But you get the general idea of low. So it's something to watch out for in the low yo-yos. If I'm coming way down, yeah, I'll gain up a lot of speed, and I can get back up to altitude to bombers. This is doing it extremely well. So I've lost a ton of altitude, but I've got a lot of speed. I can get back up to altitude, and I'm coming in the bombers. It's fine. I'll be able to do that. But if anyone is paying attention, hello pilots, and welcome back for another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the same kind of thing as managing our energy between potential and kinetic. We're going to do some practical examples. The first couple we're going to be doing are offensive maneuvers. Alright, so the first one I want to show you is what happens when you overshoot. So we're coming into an offensive position here. Going back to the overshoot. Do some trade. Some altitude from my airspeed. Nose over. And then come back and try to do that again. We're going to overshoot. Pull up. Trade my airspeed, altitude. Nose over. Come back down. Now it's kind of a dumb idea to do this towards a bomber, because they focus the guns on them. But so this is called a high yo-yo. And it's kind of funny name, I know, but you can see why it's called that. So we're going to overshoot, pull up, get my airspeed for some altitude, back down, and line up behind the head. Now the hard part with that high yo-yo is knowing how long to keep your nose up to bleed off speed and exchange your airspeed for altitude. And that all depends on by how much you're going to overshoot them. So if you're going to massively overshoot them, there's a huge speed difference. You're going to want to pull your nose up for quite a while. But keep in mind that the higher you go, the longer it's going to take you to get back down to altitude and come and get back. Okay, now the opposite of the high yo-yo is going to be the low yo-yo. So this is trading off my altitude for some airspeed. So when you've got a target that's off to the left in this case, and we need to catch up to them and close that. If I just do a regular bank turn, I'm going to try and get behind it. These bombers, when they see me go that low, all they have to do is just pitch up just a little bit. They're not going to lose any speed. They can just fly away from me. By the time I get back to the altitude I thought they were going to be at, they can be long gone, gaining altitude and pulling away. And then I've got the hard task of, I've come up from 3,000 feet underneath them to their altitude. I still have 2,000 feet more to climb to get up to. It's just not going to happen. All they've got to do is climb 2,000 feet away from me. And they've made my challenge, even if I have a lot of airspeed, I have 5,000 feet to climb. It just won't happen. So they get away from me pretty easily. So don't go too far down to try and do that low yo-yo. The other thing you want to watch out for is, so let's say I'm coming in bottom of my low yo-yo here. I'm getting lots and lots of speed, You've seen it before, and that's what's going to usually be very gentle. If I come down here and get all this speed, and say, okay, now it's time for upturn, and then yank the stick and say, okay, now where are they? Well, because they're bombers, I don't have too much of a problem, but if you've ever played against fighters, this is not work well, so I'm kind of far out here. It's taking me a while to get in. Alright, well that wasn't too great. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I didn't like that very much. And that wasn't a low yo-yo, that was just me doing a general bank turn. I spent way too much time kind of getting shot up. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do the same thing, but I'm going to trade off some altitude. Get some airspeed in. And also because I'm not turning in the same plane as them, I'm turning a lot faster than they are as well. So you can see now this worked out really well for me. I'm closing on them a lot faster, I've turned in a lot sharper, but I really didn't, turn any tighter than I did the first time. On that first time, maybe I did a 2 mile